Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on October the 5th, 2021. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. So in terms of the data that's coming up, we do have PMI numbers. PMI numbers are important because they will give us an indication of what to expect in the future, because if the purchasing managers are buying, that means they are expecting the retail sales to be high as well. So important number, anything positive will have a positive impact on the currency. So we'll keep an eye on the euro in regards to that. We do have PMI numbers for the US as well. So again, important numbers to keep an eye on. Any kind of positive number, higher than expected number will be positive for the US dollar. We also have official cash rate or Reserve Bank of New Zealand rate statement here. They were expected to raise rate in the last one, but they chose to actually push it back because of the Delta variant and the shutdowns that we saw in New Zealand. So at this point, the expectation is for an interest rate hike. However, I would take that with a grain of salt because those problems haven't been resolved yet. So we'll keep an eye on this to see if there will be an interest rate hike. Any interest rate hike will be positive for New Zealand dollar. So we'll keep that in mind. Now, in addition to that, overall in the market, we saw the stock market drop today, and we have seen that the US dollars actually has not gained. So usually when we see the stock markets drop, we generally see the safe haven currencies like Japanese yen, Swiss franc, as well as US dollar do well. However, right now we are seeing a problem in the US in regards to the Democrats and Republicans. They don't have money, so they cannot agree to providing money to raise the debt ceiling for the government spending. And if that doesn't happen, that means that US will default on the debt, which is not likely to happen. However, the conflict or just the drama around it creates problems in the market. So this is why the US dollar has not done that well, even though other safe haven currencies have done well with the stock market dropping. So let's go on to the charts and we'll take a deeper look here. We'll start off with euro dollar as usual. So in terms of euro dollar, we did see price go up today. US dollar did not do well. Now we do have a bullish candle close here, but we will have to be careful. In this case, price is into support resistance levels here. So if it doesn't go through, we could see things turn around here. So watch out for the resistance level at 1.1640. If it holds below, we're looking for another move to the downside. However, we do have a bullish candle close, which means we could see price go up a bit. And there's this inefficient move that we saw that is still open. So it could go further. But the first look or the first level we have to look at is 1.1640. If it holds below that, we are looking for a drop from here. So this would be the similar scenario that we saw here. We saw a drop, pull back, drop, pull back, and then we could see another drop. So we'll keep that in mind. Right now, bias is neutral for euro dollar, and target here is 1.1565. Pound dollar, pound also went up against the US dollar. We have a nice bullish candle close, so follow through from this previous move, and now price is starting to get into our resistance level. So this is where we need to be careful. This inefficient move here is getting filled. It is not completely filled. There is still room to the upside, but if price fails to go through 1.3640, we could see that drop again. So bear that in mind. I am neutral on this again. Something has to align. Either the stock market will align and we'll see stock market go up, which will then align to the US dollar, or we'll see US dollar strengthen and align to the stock market. But right now, things are a little out of whack. And this is why we have to be careful. So right now, neutral bias here. If it holds below 1.3640, then we're looking for a drop. If it goes through though, then we are likely to see a continued move to the upside towards 1.3750. But the most important level to watch is 1.3640. So neutral bias here for pound dollar. Aussie dollar, Aussie also was bullish today. However, we are right into the resistance here. So this is where price has not been able to go through this support resistance level. Many times price tried but failed. So in this case, we could see another push into the high and then a potential drop from there back into the range. So bias right now is neutral for Aussie dollar as well. New Zealand dollar, again, New Zealand dollar did well as well. However, again, we are into a strong support resistance level. So this inefficient move here is partially filled. It could go all the way up into 0.7025 level. However, if it fails and doesn't go through 0.6980, we could see another leg lower here. So right now, bias is neutral to slightly bullish here, but I would keep an eye on 0.6980 because any hold below this level is likely to produce another move lower. Dollar CAD here, dollar CAD dropped as a result of two things. First of all, US dollar not being too strong today. And secondly, price of oil has been going up, which is good for the Canadian dollar. So here bias is bearish. We could see a bit of a pullback and then a drop. But again, we are coming into some lower levels here, some support levels. So keep that in mind, things could turn around. But bias here is bearish. First target is 1.2550 and then 1.2520. All right, let's take a look at how our commodities are doing. With silver here, silver is trading sideways currently. The candle close for the day is neutral. So basically, I'm expecting a range-bound move between 22.80 and 22.00. So neutral bias here for silver. Gold here, gold did have a nice bullish candle close. The only concern here would be we are into resistance here. This is strong support resistance level. If price doesn't go through, we could see it go back again and become range bound. But there is room to the upside. If it goes through 1770, next target is 1780. And then we could see it go even higher from there towards 1785. But the problem is the 1770 level. If it holds below, then we're looking for another drop and price could go back into the 1747 level. So right now, bullish, neutral to bullish bias, the concern would be 1770 level. Oil here, oil has been super bullish here because of the supply concerns. So in this case, bias is bullish. We could see a pullback towards 76.50 level. And then if it holds, we're looking for another leg higher. So right now, bias is bullish for oil. And in this case, the first target is the high of the day, 78.20, and then 78.80. So bullish bias for oil. Copper looking neutral at the moment, not much going on with this one. Overall price has been trading in a range and price rejected the high of the range, so looking for a move back towards the middle and then potentially lower part of the range. 4.14 is the target here for copper. Bitcoin here, Bitcoin has done well overall over the last few days here, still pushing higher here. And if price holds above this 48,400 level, we could see it go higher. So 50,000 is the next target here. And above that, we are looking at 51,000. So bullish bias, I would be cautious here though, because we have seen a big move up, which means price could become, go sideways here, become range bound. So watch out for that, but bias is still bullish for Bitcoin. S&P 500, not looking that great. As we can see, price dropped and now it's become range bound and we might see another leg lower here. So bearish bias, first target is 42.70 and then 42.30. So bearish bias for S&P 500. Nasdaq as well, still continuing with a downward move here. Still the bias is to the downside. First target is 14,380 and then 14,265. So bearish bias for Nasdaq as well. Dow Jones, this is still looking bearish as well. In this case, again, price dropped and it's held below 34,400. So now looking for a drop back down towards 33,800 and then 33,580. So bearish bias for Dow Jones as well. DAX, again, this is looking bearish as well. It is coming into support, so just be mindful of that. So bias is still bearish. 15,000 is the first target, and then we have 14,930. So bearish bias for DAX as well. FTSE here, FTSE did give us a neutral candle close here, but overall it's still maintaining the lows. So next target is 7,000, and then below that we're looking at 69.50. So overall bias still remains to the downside here. Nikkei here, Nikkei, we talked about this this inefficient move, and this is what's happening. So we had talked about how previous inefficient moves have gotten filled, and now we are seeing the same type of behavior here. Bias is bearish here. Target is 27,500 and then 27,265. So bearish bias here for Nikkei. So that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful trading day, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.